6:45, this is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Lal Mallavarachi, read by Soundithavam. The World Bank assists the proposed reforms carried out at the Ceylon Electricity Board. The Minister of Agriculture reassures that the prices of poultry and eggs are expected to decrease next year. The International Day of Sign Languages falls today. The health authorities say Nipah virus has no effect on the island. Applications are called from qualified graduates to fill the teacher vacancies of schools in the Western Province. In foreign news, Indo-China border row flares over athlete visas. And sports, the Asian Games will kick-start with an extravagant opening ceremony today. The Power and Energy Minister Kanchana Wijesekara says the World Bank has been assisting the proposed reforms carried out at the Ceylon Electricity Board. It provides with technical assistance in analysing the financial situation of the board. The World Bank also assists in the transfer plans and legal framework of the restructuring process. A World Bank team assisting in the ongoing process of electricity sector reforms visited the Power and Energy Ministry recently to look into the ongoing process of the power and energy sector restructuring. This was revealed in a Twitter message by the minister. The Agriculture Minister Mahinda Amaraveera reassures that the prices of poultry and eggs are expected to decrease next year and remain steady thereafter, while also confirming that there will be no need for egg imports thereafter. Speaking to journalists yesterday, he highlighted that although the country's poultry and egg production industry is self-sufficient, it faced a setback due to the reduced animal feed production stemming from the COVID-19 pandemic and the ensuing economic crisis. Currently, all poultry and egg production business is driven by the private sector, with the chicken population exceeding 3.42 million. The cabinet approval has been granted to import eggs till the end of December. If local manufacturers agree to maintain the current egg prices, the government will take action to stop the import of eggs. The International Day of Sign Languages falls today. A ceremony will be held today at the Ministry of Social Empowerment under the patronage of the State Minister Anupa Paskal. A YouTube channel on sign languages will be launched today. On the 19th of December 2017, a proposal was made by the World Federation of the Deaf, which is signed by 135 national associations of deaf people and communities. All the associations represent approximately 70 million deaf people. The Permanent Mission of Antigua and Barbuda to the United Nations sponsored the resolution for the information of the International Day of Sign Languages. Later on, it was co-sponsored by 97 United Nations member states. The theme for the International Day of Sign Languages in 2023 is Sign Languages Unite Us. With this theme, all the people and organizations working for the welfare of deaf people were encouraged to raise awareness among the masses about the importance of sign languages. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The Director General of Health Services, Dr. Asela Gunawardena, stressed the public Nipah virus has no effect on the country and should not cause unnecessary fear. Dr. Gunawardena made these comments while addressing a press conference to brief the public on the Nipah virus. Dr. Gunawardena stated that the Nipah virus has been spreading fast in southern India after being detected in Kerala since the end of August this year. Stating that there are several opinions being shared in the media at present in this regard, he pointed out that the virus outbreak was also reported in Bangladesh in the past. 2 individuals have been arrested on suspicion of aiding the police constable who was complicit in notorious criminal figure and drug kingpin Harak Kata's escape attempt at the Criminal Investigation Department recently. The organised criminal gang leader Nadun Chintaka Vikramaratna alias Harak Kata had reportedly attempted to flee from the custody of the CID on the 10th of September. According to the CID, he had been aided by a certain police constable who had fled soon after the incident. Today is the second day of the Colombo International Book Fair at the Bandaranaike Memorial International Conference Hall. A large crowd gathered there yesterday to visit the exhibition. It will be held until the 1st of October from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. That's local news.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
Applications are being called from qualified graduates to fill the teacher vacancies of schools in the Western Province. The closing date for the applications will be on the 9th of October. A relevant Gazette notification was published yesterday. It is expected to recruit teachers from all three mediums, including Sinhala, Tamil and English, to fill the vacancies, and came to you in the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Sinhala Vedamahatmya.
Moving on to Watchlight, the National Water Supply and Drainage Board announced that the water supply to several areas in Colombo will be disrupted for 12 hours from 6 a.m. today. The Water Board said the water supply will be disrupted from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. today for residents of Colombo 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. The water cut has been attributed to maintenance work due to be carried out at the Ambatele water treatment plant and came to you in Watchlight.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
It's the power to live life your way. The power to be a trendsetter. Power to you with digital banking from Commercial Bank. Commercial Bank. Our interest is in you.
Making headlines this morning, India-China row flares over athlete visas. Nepal teachers strike over education reform, shut down school. Indian Space Agency ISRO says no signal yet from moon lander. 3 Indian martial arts athletes have been seemingly caught up in a row between India and China over a long-standing border dispute. The women are from the Indian state of Arunachal Pradesh, which China claims as its own territory. They are in a group due to compete in the Asian Games, which open in the Chinese city of Hangzhou today. But India said they were prevented from travelling and accused Beijing of denying them the proper accreditation. A massive teacher strike in Nepal has entered its 3rd day, disrupting classes for millions of students across all public schools. About 110,000 teachers are protesting an education reform bill in Parliament. They are against proposals to give local governments oversight of schools and a ban on teachers joining groups with political affiliations. On Thursday, scores of protesters marched towards the Parliament building in the capital, Kathmandu. India's space agency ISRO says it is trying to contact its moon lander and rover as a new lunar day begins, but has not yet received any signals so far. The lander, carrying the rover in its belly, touched down near the moon's little explored south pole in August. They spent 2 weeks gathering data and images, after which they were put into sleep mode at lunar nightfall. It hoped the batteries would recharge and the modules would reawaken when the sun rose yesterday. Back to the headlines of the world news. India-China border row flares over athlete visas. Nepal teachers strike over education reform, shut down schools. And Indian Space Agency ISRO says no signal yet from moon lander. With that, we conclude this bulletin of world news.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
This message is for all the kids between the ages of 4 and 16 who love to draw. Commercial Bank's Arunalu Sittam is back once again. This time, the competition is also open to Sri Lankan kids currently living abroad. First, second and third place prizes will be awarded along with special merit and merit certificates. For more information, visit the Commercial Bank website. We have so many prizes to be won.
Development News.
The President's Media Division says the National IT and BPM Week is slated for October 11th, 12th and 13th at the Sirimavo Bandaranayake Memorial Exhibition Hall in Colombo. This initiative has been set in motion by expediting President Ranil Wickremesinghe's program aimed at propelling the nation into a digital economy. The primary objective is to foster awareness of emerging technologies, facilitate skill development, offer career counseling and promote IT entrepreneurship. The program's target audience includes school students, both from public and private universities, vocational education institute students, job seekers and entrepreneurs within the Western Province, and came to you in Development News. On to sports. The 19th edition of the Asian Games will kick-start with an extravagant opening ceremony today. Sports enthusiasts worldwide can witness the glory of Asia's biggest sporting event, featuring 40 different sports and a large pool of talented and amateur athletes from 45 countries across Asia and the Middle East. Although some sports events began on September 19th, the Asian Games opening ceremony on September 23rd will officially mark the start of the tournament. elevating the craze among fans. It will celebrate the legacy of the Asiad. An overall $10 million spot has been announced for the ICC Men's Cricket World Cup 2023 in India. The winners of the Men's Cricket World Cup 2023 are set to receive $4 million of the $10 million total prize pool. ICC announced on 22nd September. The runners-up of the final, to be played on the 19th of November at the Narendra Modi Stadium in Ahmedabad, will take home $2 million. That's sports news. We take a look at business news next.
Go ekak thiyana youth eකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු හීන හැබැ කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න friendship එක මෙන්න
The all new NSB Ithru Mithru account NSB IAM, a plan for your dream.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
The port and airport levy on imported milk powder has been increased by 10% from yesterday, says Trade Minister Nalin Fernando. However, the prices of powdered milk in the local market will not be increased following the levy hike. That's business news. Economic news up next.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Go ekak thiyana youth එකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු හීන හැබැ කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න friendship එක මෙන්න
The all new NSB Ithru Mithru account NSB IAM, a plan for your dream.
On economic news, the central bank has released financial soundness indicators as a key tool for communicating the performance of banks and finance companies supervised by the central bank. The publication includes key ratios and financials used in policy analysis for identifying strengths and vulnerabilities in the financial system. The publication presents sectoral financial information such as assets, liabilities, earnings, profit and capital, while providing key ratios associated with each category. This publication will be a useful and reliable source of reference for those who are interested in the performance of major financial institutions in Sri Lanka. That's economic news.
Weather report.
The Meteorology Department says that several spells of showers will occur in the western, Sabaragamuwa and northwestern provinces, also in the Galle and Matara districts. Showers or thundershowers will occur at several places in the central, Uva and eastern provinces, also in the Polonnaruwa district during the night. To conclude this bulletin of news, a recap of the headlines. The World Bank assists the proposed reforms carried out at the Ceylon Electricity Board. The Minister of Agriculture reassures that the prices of poultry and eggs are expected to decrease next year. The International Day of Sign Languages falls today. The health authorities said that Nipah virus has no effect on the island. Applications being called from qualified graduates to fill the teacher vacancies of schools in the western province. India-China border row flares over athlete visas. And the Asian Games will kick-start with an extravagant opening ceremony today. With that, we conclude this morning's news broadcast, and now it's back to your host, Sonal, across the glass panel to keep you well entertained on a bit of a gloomy Saturday morning. A very good morning to you, Sonal, and it's all yours.